want to showcase anything on YouTube or anything on Twitter or whatever, you can just now its own audio source.
Hi, everyone.
So you don't have, yeah. Oh, hello. We started.
We're live. I think. How's it going?
Test 1 2.
Testing. Hello. What's up, guys? Welcome in to the Scope, episode number 83, potentially, of this disastrous podcast. But you know what? I hope that we make your Mondays just a little bit better. Oh, I have my bit rate way too low. It's 1.2K instead of 12K. Production team.
Was it because of Twitch?
Already screwing it up. No, I meant to type in like a 1200 bit rate, and I typed in a 1.2K
no,
bit rate.
It wasn't you, and the production team doesn't know how to do
It was a
math.
production team. It's already the production team. We'll just jump that up a little bit, and the stream should clear up for everybody. All right. So here we are, guys.
Good stuff.
83. We got lots of stuff to talk about. Not really. I think this will go down in history as the episode that was just a little bit too early. Like we got too excited and had an episode today because
we said that, but I mean, we've done that a few times before.
Yeah, I just feel there's going to be the Battlefield like dev update for the future of the game is tomorrow. So like we could have reacted to that, and then the 17th, like in 3 days, is the updates for the new reveal, all the trailers and everything for Modern Warfare 3. So it's like, man, you know, we're a little early. Next week's episode should have lots of stuff. So you got that to look forward to if you're into that sort of thing, potentially. So yeah, what have you been up to? What have you been playing? What's going on in the world of BlueTheRobot? Sorry for the screen.
Let's see. So game wise, not much. I think the last game I played with some friends was SCP-5K just to get some footage with them, but it wasn't for my video. It's just for his. Redbeard, actually. But we found out that the party system sucks and it's broken and it takes forever to get a game. And if you're the one hosting it and try resetting or restarting the round, all of a sudden the main loadout menu doesn't work. So yeah, we figured that out. That was kind of crappy. But then what was it? That day was pretty much just busy packing again and cleaning up. And then yesterday, Sunday, me, another YouTuber named Controlled Pairs, a good buddy of ours, Minnow, and we went to a range here and went out shooting. Did some drills, move and shoot drills. My first time moving and shooting at the same time since the army. I haven't done that in a long time. So it was remembering some of the steps but I was actually a lot more accurate than I anticipated. I thought I was going to be all over. I thought I was going to be just hot garbage, missing all my shots, not aiming where I need to. But for some reason, even after running and sprinting in 110-degree heat, dude. Like it was a hot day. Humidity 90%. The sun was out blazing, and I was still hitting my shots, surprisingly. So it was definitely, I missed one or two, but it was just a couple quick tune-ups, and now I was back at it. Now I know what I need as it goes gear-wise, like what I need to invest in. Some of the things I need to practice, some of the things I need to look into getting. I know like little things such as a better holster, a gun belt, which would be nice eventually. But a lot of that's coming in the future once I move to my new place and I can actually store stuff and have a little gun safe, which would be really nice.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, just
cool, man.
Playing, trying other games as much as I can. I'm really getting. I did try out Ghost of Tabor on VR, which is like VR Tarkov.
Have they made many updates to that, or is it still kind of how it was at launch?
A little bit, a couple like content updates, but and they fixed a little bit when it came to the like just the jankiness of it. It was I just felt. I mean, from what I've heard, I never played it from the beginning, but from what I've heard, it was just a lot of just jankiness the entire time. So apparently they fixed a lot of the like when you were getting shot at and the red bar would come around your screen, it would be like off centered, so like you can see the edge of it, which was weird. But they added airdrops as well too, and those are apparently really rare. So when you do see them, go for it. So and just watching Controlled Pairs and his team and his group like incorporate real life knowledge into a extraction game and just completely dominating servers because of that.
That's pretty cool.
Was so cool. Like you can use real life tactics to help you in a video game. So I think that's just the benefit of VR in general, which definitely is catching up to the terms that I want to be playing at.
Yeah.
So I know when I get to my new house, I want to install like like in the ceiling, like these pulleys to hold up the cable. So a lot more freedom of movement and stuff like that. So there's definitely some money you need to put into it if you really want to go like full in into VR, and you need some decent space, because before you know it, you'll be thinking you're standing in one part of your room, and then you take off the headset. You're like, how the heck did I get from there to here? But I didn't feel like I moved in real life. So
yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be trippy.
It's weird. Yeah, it's a really interesting, because like, yeah. So especially for like high paced, high action, FPS games in VR, that you're doing that a lot. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Nice. I got out and did some shooting too, IRL. I shot the 44 mag off for the first time. That was sweet. I finally got some ammo for it.
I'm trying to remember, there's like, I know some people hold it differently, especially for 44 Magnum. That's going to be pretty heavy. Do you wear gloves when you shoot that?
Nah.
No, you don't need gloves. Not with those hands.
I got these big bear paws, baby. I don't need no gloves. I got my Model 629. I got the classic, so it's stainless steel and it's got the rubber grips. And
are you gonna change the grips eventually, or
no? I don't think so. I think I like these
really nice, classy, like wooden grips.
Yeah. So when I was looking at them, there was one right next to it under the glass case that was the classic, or the, what is it called? It's got a different name, but it's got the blued receiver and then the wood grips, and it looked really nice. But it's like, this is what I'm going to be taking on me when I'm bow hunting for like bear and mountain lion defense. So it's going to be out in the elements and climbing rocks and stuff. So I would felt bad if I took something nice out there. So I kind of like it where it's kind of weatherproof and ruggedized a little bit with the stainless steel, and then it's got the rubber grips. Yeah. Also, what's cool about the grips on my 44, the old ones would have like the tang, like the metal back part of the grip. Even if you got exposed, like a hoe grip, would still be exposed. Mine has like a little bit of rubber over that. So like it still slaps, it still slaps your hand. Like you definitely know you shot something when you torch that baby off. But I put 4 or 5 cylinders through it and felt good.
I put a red dot on a suppressor, you're golden.
Yeah. beat that off some rocks while you're climbing, and yeah, that'd be great.
I will say I definitely know people that have the argument of carrying between 10 millimeter and 44 or like 45 as well too.
Yeah.
Or especially, out there in the woods as your sidearm. I've shot both, or technically all 3, and I definitely, the 44 is not bad. I thought it was gonna be way worse when I first shot my first revolver, because I worked my way up. I went from just like a 32, then 357, then up to 44. I haven't shot this huge caliber. I forgot what it was.
They have like
500 Smith & Wesson.
Well, yeah, they have a 500, they have a 460, and there's like a 454.
Yeah, no, I haven't shot those yet, but eventually I want to try it out.
Yeah, but it has a lot to do with your ammo too. Like if you shoot, you can load them fairly light with a smaller grain bullet, like a 210 or 200, and it doesn't kick much. Or you can get like a 250 grain bullet and put a bunch of powder behind it, and like load towards the max specs of the round, and then it's like, so it has a lot to do with the rounds too.
And it's like what's his name? Kentucky Ballistics level type of recoil.
Yeah, recoil. Yeah, pretty good stuff.
I know we're not a political podcast, but it's still in the YouTuber realm. What do you think about Brandon Herrera running for Congress? President, man. One day he's running for congressman in his district in Texas, like Texas District 23. I don't know if you know who the AK guy is, right? On YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
just wanted to get your initial thoughts
yeah,
on
it's
that.
interesting. I'm generally anytime you see like an influencer or a personality run for office, I'm kind of cringe, you know. Just because I really don't know much about the rest of his background. I know that him and I probably share a lot of the same feelings on the Second Amendment, which is cool, but I don't know where he stands on the rest of the things. But what I will say that's cool about it, regardless of your side of the aisle, it's cool to see somebody doing something about it, you know, rather than just
he's around our age,
yeah,
too.
yeah. It's cool to see. It's cool to see somebody just, instead of just complaining about it all the time, actually say, you know what, I'm gonna try to get in there. So I respect
Props
I
to him,
respect
for
all
sure.
people that run and try to do that, because it's not easy.
I feel the same way too. I just want to see the vlogs that come out. He said he's gonna vlog like the process of what it's like to run for Congress. I just want to see the behind the scenes and stuff like that. So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'll be great.
But
it'll be great content regardless.
His promo, yeah, exactly. His promo photos are funny. But
yeah, I don't know.
I'm definitely.
It's crazy.
I'm just curious.
Our system's pretty jacked, man. With how much it
But
costs,
that's
and like
about
the
it,
Tea Party
man.
thing, and like that's just so much.
Other than that, that's pretty much what I've been doing. That's what you've been doing. You've been out there. So wait, hold on. Did you only shoot the 44, or that was it?
Yeah, it would, like you said, we had some similar weather to you. It was not pleasant to be outside.
Dude,
but I wouldn't have been shooting if I hadn't had if this hadn't have been a new deal for me. Like I wouldn't have been out there. But I was so excited to shoot this thing. I just braved the elements and sweated my buns off.
I will say, yeah, it's just, it was way too hot. Even like I just wasn't used to doing a lot of physical activity like that in that type of heat for a long time. So I was
and it looked,
I need to get back in shape.
From your Twitter videos, if you guys haven't, you should check out BlueTheRobot on Twitter. He's got some videos of his range day, but it looked like you were down in something, so there wouldn't have been any wind either, right? Like it was dead calm, so it was really hot.
No, yeah, black tires all around,
just absorbing heat. Yeah. So no, when I shot it, it's shooting just like a little bit low right, so I have some sighting in to do. So I think I might stream that like the next time we get a nice day. I might take my stuff outside and set up a range stream inside.
I can't wait till the cooler weather comes down, man.
Man, this morning, I don't know about where you guys are at all across podcasts and YouTube land, but we actually got some cooler weather, and it had just like it was like a 15% fall feel to it this morning, instead of like,
you know what, we had that like, this morning,
like just
we had like a lick of it, and I wanted more.
Dude, I love it. I love fall, man. It's the best, dude. It's the best. So yeah, it was just like a tiny feel of fall, and it gets me all excited. But as far as games, been playing Rainbow Six, which we will talk about.
As per usual. New
season coming down the pipe. I had an awesome stream of S&D last night in Modern Warfare.
I was watching that, actually,
dude. Some crazy shit talkers, and we beat them. We didn't lose it. We didn't drop a match. We won like all 7
shit
matches.
Talking that you and your friend group does, man. Dude, I laugh every time, man.
It's so good. What I usually do,
because like they don't know what the heck the trash talk they're trying to do. Like it's not the same as it used to be, and then you just oh man,
it's pretty funny.
I can't even explain it. Just go watch the streams, guys. Seriously, like you need to. Oh man.
Yeah, if you guys follow on Twitch, Crash8, and you are seeing like that I'm playing S&D, hop in because it's entertaining. Yeah, it's always fun. What I usually do is like when they talk shit, like right at the beginning, like they'll win the first round or something, I won't say anything. Like, all right, I'll keep the receipts. And then we get
just to see if they start saying anything.
We get to the end, and we had some big comebacks last night. And after we win the last round, I'll say all that stuff that they said after the first round back to them, and they can't handle it. Like they alt F4, they close out, they leave, they can't.
Oh, they just quit. Yeah, they leave the lobby. Yeah,
good stuff. So what's this clip I'm supposed to watch before we get into the gaming news here?
Oh yeah.
Clip of the day here. Sorry, podcasters.
Clip of the day.
Who is this guy? I've seen him all over the place.
I don't even know his name. He's in Detroit. I know that he runs like a tactical security company. Apparently, they were like during like the early days of the pandemic, they would like help secure like businesses from getting looted or gas stations and stuff like that. Apparently, he was doing that for a while before, but it's like Detroit Urban Survival Training, I think is what
This
it
guy has
stands
like
for.
so many videos that are viral. I gotta watch
Yeah,
this.
but just give it your watch first and let me know your initial reaction. I need to.
All right. All right. what what is that? What did he just do? What did he just shoot him with?
The scream. The scream gets me every time. Hold on, just watching it again.
Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear it though.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you guys.
I don't here. If you gotta lower me and just play it desktop wise, just so the audience can hear that scream.
You gotta figure this out. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Here, I'm watching the stream now.
Default mic in. It's not letting me. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here you go, guys. Listen to so here we go. This is awesome. I'll turn it up so you can hear it for sure.
Now, it's also imperative to remember that you also have a burner. So if they try to hit you, yes, that's right. You burn it with your burner. And that is an intelligent option.
One more time. One more time.
It's also imperative to remember that you also have a burner. So if they try to hit you, yes, that's right. You burn it with your burner. And that is an intelligent option to increase.
Hold on. I gotta mute you. Okay, we should be back. Dude, what is that? A burner? What kind of round is that? Like, what's going on?
I think
he's like, is he like, what does he say? Is he like, remember, parents, you have a burner. If they try to hit you, hit it with a burner, pow, and he shoots it with some kind of round, and the guy screams. And then the chair, so podcasters, he's coming at it with a chair, and he shoots him with some kind of dummy round, and the guy screams, and then he opens the chair and sits in the chair that he was gonna hit him with. Dude, why? Oh,
I think I don't know if it was like just I don't think anything flew out of it. If anything did, it was like a simunition round, so like just like a little clay round or like a chalk round. But or it's just gonna been like CO2, and then it could have just been like for the acting wise. Because that scream and the way he like slowly opened up the chair.
Opens the chair and sits down. Oh my god!
And then you hear like the at the end, just like him breathing.
I like the fact that we start the podcast talking about firearms and shooting firearms and being safe on the range, and then we watch a video of the completely most unsafe, disastrous gun videos.
In the stomach,
and then we go into the This is a terrible show.
Oh my god! I feel like he's trolling at this point. Like he knows, that he's a meme at this point. Like he's participating. You never seen any of his stuff?
Yeah, I mean I've seen it. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name or like what he.
Because I remember like the first thing I saw was like a documentary of him on like Vice or something like that, and it was like he's like an army veteran, and he's got like this whole he had like a warehouse of his like tactical motorcycles and his tactical boats. You know, like it's like a speedboat painted black, or like Hummers that were, put black and the logos on the side and lights. But dude, that video every time I the scream, I replayed it every time, man.
It's so good.
I even showed my son. I was like, just listen to the scream. He's like, what are you laughing at, Dad? I was like, you need to watch this, son.
I'll show you.
This is what you shouldn't do.
Yeah,
right? This is what not to do.
This. Nice. All right, guys. I'm so sorry for the show, but we had to do that. Let's talk about Modern Warfare 3 again. Ooh, okay, I gotta pull it together. I'm crying, man. I'm crying. That whole chain of events was wild. Okay, guys, so sorry. Here we go. All right, so you guys like, what the fuck did we show up for? This is terrible. So Modern Warfare 3. Again, this will go down in history as the podcast that was a day too early, right? Things are coming out constantly about Modern Warfare. Tomorrow we're getting Battlefield Season 6 and beyond details. So basically we're just going to make some shit up. But however, we did get, and I would say not make shit up as far as news stories. I would say for entertainment purposes about what we could predict and think could be coming down the pipeline. So don't even worry about it. We're not bad journalists around here. Don't even worry about it. There are some tweets floating around, though. It appears by what we're seeing that creators got to see the reveal already and got to see what's coming in Call of Duty. So when the embargo lifts, they can go live with their stuff. So there are a couple teasery type tweets floating around. Zeets on Zitter or X. Sorry, Zeets on X.tv or com, whatever. Wow. Elon, hope you're happy.
Zeet.
So Blue is a, not to be confused with BlueTheRobot, is a Call of Duty creator. And he says, and I quote, "Trust me when I say movement is back in Modern Warfare 3. It is Modern Warfare 2019/Warzone 1 movement on steroids. We do know that Swag, another large Call of Duty content creator, was sent a teaser from Call of Duty that showed it was Blue's favorite marketing campaign. Slide, a can, and a cell phone. So it was a slide cancel. So it appears
it's a joke.
Get it, guys? Do you get it? So it's all, it sounds like the movement is coming back. What do you think, Blue? What do you think of super fast 2019 Warzone 1
movement? I mean, I remember watching, there was someone comparing the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare to Modern Warfare 2019, and just like the progression of how movement went for everything from your, Modern Warfare 2 back in the day to Black Ops 2, so on and so forth. And it did infinitely get smoother, but not twitchier, only due to just resources and the way technology was, progressing. And people in every single Call of Duty, even in the old ones, always found ways to manipulate it so they could get those quick flicks, headshots, drop shot, all that stuff that's like the traditional Call of Duty. That's when 360 no scopes were huge and trick shots were a big thing, especially like in Modern Warfare 2, old school Modern Warfare 2, not the new one. And and then once Modern Warfare 2019 came around, a lot of people, in my opinion, were expecting that like milsim style, because what they would showcase is like, opening up a door slowly, bracing yourself against corners and stuff like that. So a lot of people thought that was going to be the case, but then you have a bunch of FPS, I don't even know what to say. It's like, not FaZe Clan wannabes, but like just like in general, like people who like are like competing for like esports level are finding ways to just quickly drop shot, quickly shoot, jump, strafe, whatever it is, just to get the upper hand in a game. Even with this recent Modern Warfare 2, people still found that to be super twitchy and super arcadey. People were still finding ways to drop shot 1.2 seconds faster than someone else, So I think Call of Duty has always been that twitchy, fast-paced shooter, even in the olden days. And that might be a subject that people might not agree with, because they might look at it and see how slow, quote unquote, the movement was back in, 2007, 2008 compared to now. But that was always the case. It's just technology has advanced to the point where people are, moving faster and faster. So it's kind of just, you're gonna be fighting against casual players. You're gonna be fighting against hardcore sweats, no matter what game, no matter what Call of Duty you play, and it's gonna be there. That's why I wasn't always a fan, even back then, just in general. Like I wasn't a fan of Modern or Call of Duty. I was more of a Battlefield person because of that. Because it was more, it wasn't, who can get the sickest 360 YYXX select start up down, headshot scope from, it was just like, oh, who can get the longest scope? But I don't know. I'm not paying for it. I'm not buying it. I know that's for sure. A lot of my friends aren't buying Modern Warfare 3, so I don't care. In my opinion, don't look at me like that. I'm sorry, I'm not buying a DLC for
Whoa.
$70.
Are we getting into this?
You
I got
me started
wild on Twitter, man.
You got me started on Call of Duty again. Like it's people are gonna complain regardless, and you could just leave it at that. Is this what should have been in Modern Warfare 2 after a bunch of fixes? Yes. Is this what they're gonna showcase as a brand new game? Yes.
Counterpoint. What if, so from the leaks and everybody was excited when they said they were going to support Modern Warfare 2 for 2 years with a premium DLC, and everyone was excited, and now that's happening and everyone's angry. I say it all comes down to content amount. If you have the same kind of amount of multiplayer, if you have the same new Warzone maps and DMZ and all that stuff, and it's $70 and it ties into the last game, I think it's a W, because you get to keep all the stuff that you paid for if you're one of those people, or that you earned like your mastery camos and stuff. That's one of the reasons I never went for like Obsidian or Dark Matter or whatever those crazy mastery camos were. It's because it just goes away the next year, but those are actually going to carry over. So, and people always wanted Call of Duty to be supported longer, and it's kind of happening, but big time, but if it has a DLC type amount of content for a full price, that's where I'll have big time issues. But
yeah, no,
just
I agree.
Just the fact that it's the game
transfers over. Yeah,
just the fact that it transfers over and it's $70 is not inherently bad. But
no, it's just like you said, if it's DLC amount of content at launch, that's when people are going to start having a lot of issues. The fact that, and I think, and you know what, Halo Infinite does a really cool thing where, and I just found this out recently, that past battle passes are still able to be purchased and unlocked. And, you know, I didn't know that. And I thought, oh, that's actually really pretty cool. That's how it should have. That's how it should be. Yeah. So yes, this is Modern Warfare's not attempt at the same thing, but it's like, okay, thank you for at least putting in the somewhat minimal effort of having that, because it's hard for me to give praise sometimes when praise is needed, I guess, because of all the negativity that surrounds just AAA genre games in general. But
yeah, I get that.
You know, it's not a bad thing that stuff is going to carry over. I think if anything, if they made Modern Warfare 3 and then they stopped making new Modern Warfare games after, and just continue to just make content after content after content, and just like continually upgraded or whatever they, updated the stuff, then this is the start of, I don't know, like a new, not genre, but like a new way of playing multiplayer games.
Yeah.
So
I think,
but people are going to be upset regardless, I think.
Oh yeah. One way or the other, everybody, no one's always happy. You can't ever make everyone happy, but I will say the one reason they're doing this is probably not that noble of motivation. The reason they're doing this is so they can sell more skins, because towards the end of the wipe, they see Tarkov. We don't even talk about it anymore, and it wiped. So at the end of the life cycle of the game, people buy less and less skins because they don't carry over. Well, so now where they can tell people that the skins will carry over, they're going to sell more skins. It's to sell more skins, like everything. But at the end of the day, if there's the same amount of maps and your stuff carries over, there's the same amount of guns, playable content that you normally pay $70 for, I can't be too mad. But if it is really light on content and just so they can sell more skins, that's where I'll be really upset. Like
it's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be like 80% cosmetics, 20% actual content, and that's like high balling them, that's like giving them the benefit of the doubt, because I feel like it's just gonna be skins galore. I mean, even now, like they I felt like the recent seasons, they were just putting out as much skin content as possible before Modern Warfare 3 comes out. So then they were like, oh yeah, sure, we didn't put a lot of content into the actual physical game, but hey, at least now your skins carry over, so
yeah, no, that's what you got to watch.
Yeah.
Not
So
just
it's what's the I feel like it's a Trojan horse. It's with the way they,
the bait
especially
and
the way
switch.
they yeah, it's like the way they word their stuff, the way they talk about it. It's kind of like they showcase one, you think people get hyped up about it, but they hide everything that's bad behind that statement, and they won't say it until it actually releases and people spend $70.
Yeah, I just always feel like they do stuff that's kind of like all their business practices. They can look a certain way on the surface, but if you really break it down, everything is about selling skins and and making that kind of money, microtransactions. If you break it down and look at it from a certain way, and I just think we're seeing that again here. But as far as the movement is concerned, to bring that all the way back around, I don't care if there's slide canceling. I'll get used to it. I just really hope they don't make slide canceling reset tack sprint, so that's how you move across the map faster. So it's an advantage to constantly be doing it was silly, annoying.
I just feel like there should be
terrible.
a way for, you know, if those hardcore sweats want to slide cancel and do all that crazy stuff, sure, but give the casual players like a chance to be able to combat that, in my opinion. Maybe that's just trying to please so many people at once, but also, and Blackout said it earlier in chat that, you know, make playlists for hardcore movement, soft, you know, and casual movement. When I did play a lot of Call of Duty and people used to look at me weird for some reason, I loved playing the hardcore modes. I don't know, people like that, exactly that face that Crash is making right now. Sorry, audio listeners. They look exactly. Crash, are you one of them? It's weird. How'd you know?
What's your problem?
But what's your problem playing hardcore? It's like, dude, it's an option in the game. I prefer a faster time to kill. I prefer slower movement. I prefer no limited HUD. I prefer, you know, what was it like? I mean, what else? You know, basically sprinting slower, you know, your time to kill, there's no health regen as well too. I preferred hardcore mode. And
you want me to,
so like, as I feel like that should always still just be an option for players as well too.
I hate hardcore,
but it's not for everyone. It really isn't for everyone. That's why I loved World War III so much, and back when it was like popping, because of just that fast time to kill. That, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know if people were, because I know people who, I think people who hate on hardcore saw it as either one, it's not Call of Duty. It's like, I mean, it's still in the game. And two, people use it as XP farms because of how fast you can kill. So people who were like really good at the game will just go and switch it to hardcore and just pick people off. So I don't know. It was
yeah. When I talk about hardcore, it makes me sound like a really big dickhead to people that do like it. So I probably shouldn't say anything.
I don't know. I feel like especially when it came to, like, if Ground War was still popular now, I would still be playing Modern Warfare. I think
okay.
I miss Ground War. I don't know. I remember when it first, like, Modern Warfare came out and the beta came out, and then the Ground War, I was like, oh, this is gonna be my Battlefield like alternative. And then it just died off completely.
There's still people playing it though. You can still get Ground War games. They just didn't add much content to it.
That's the thing. There wasn't enough content added into Modern Warfare 2. Okay. It just felt kind of randomized.
I thought of a diplomatic way to say why I don't like hardcore.
Okay.
I think respectful way. Let's talk about it from the caveat that you have to play them differently. I feel like in hardcore, I think positioning is king. And as a Rainbow Six player, I get that. What I hate is in hardcore, you don't really have a chance to outplay somebody. Like if you take a shot, like whoever sees the person first, it wins. I like I like a little
for hardcore.
I like a little bit longer time to kill where, like, if you start taking a shot, you can get to cover, maybe hit a stem, try to move again, re-peek it in a different place. I feel like you can maybe get more multi-kills with a longer time to kill if you can track your shots better, because you're not dying in just one shot. Like I just like the little bit longer gunfights. Like,
I think, and I agree with that,
but not like Halo long.
No, but I think I forgot to mention as well too that while I liked hardcore, I also thought the TTK was a bit too quick. But I think in core, I think the TTK is a bit too long. So I would like a mode that sits in between, almost as like what you were saying with like the stems. You know, you're able to get to cover. It makes the firefights feel a little bit more engaged. You know, so I agree with that. I just think, in my opinion, Call of Duty, especially when when I see Warzone gameplay and I see how many rounds go into someone, like just consistently, and people know how to track. And don't get me wrong, that's why I like playing regular Call of Duty, because it helps me in those hardcore game modes with my tracking. It helps me stay on target even after the target's down. My sights are still on him because I'm thinking that he's still not down. Especially in games where the TTK is a bit too fast, I will physically stop shooting in my head thinking that they died, but then I realized, oh wait, they're still up, and then I end up getting myself killed because of that. So.
Yeah, I get it, and that's why the CODs, I think, have the core and the hardcore. Okay, here's the other controversial thing that came out from the playtest today. Pro Reborn on YouTube. This is wild to me if true. DMZ apparently is going to be backseated next year, so it's going to take a backseat, not get as many updates and not as much content.
Yeah,
and then he goes on to say, I would like to remind you, this mode cost us the DNA of Warzone and a significant portion of the player base. I hope the studio heads of IW are happy. So, and then Westy talked about how, yeah, there's a lot of big DMZ content creators that came from this year's title. That might be sweating a little bit, but at the same time, I just can't see him doing away with it. I feel like,
no, it's gonna be there. It's not, like he said, it's gonna be backseated. I believe, not as in it's gonna be taken out, but as in like the focus, because the focus of Modern Warfare 2's online multiplayer was DMZ first, Warzone second, and then they realized, I think halfway through, people still play Warzone. Let's keep updating Warzone. Let's put more of a focus back on that. And then DMZ DMZ felt more of just like an ecosystem within itself.
Yeah.
Especially when you got into the games.
There's a lot of things. I think a lot of people were frustrated with like the complexity of like the backpack system and some of the DMZ mechanics that were in Warzone that changed Warzone for the worse, in a lot of people's opinions, were because of like DMZ and their mechanics that came from DMZ. And I think that's where a lot of people are frustrated. And it sounds like they could be switching to where it's a Warzone first and DMZ second. They can't get rid of DMZ. Like it was too popular. Like I know a lot of people,
especially like again for those DMZ creators that specifically only covered DMZ and nothing else. I know, like I said, I don't think you need to be sweating as much as
that sounds like.
I think they'll be okay. They just won't have. I mean, people make content with nothing nowadays, man.
Like
literally no
YouTubers.
updates, dude. Yes. I mean, I don't see anyone making content on Hazard Zone, but that's a different story.
I still have like a 14 DMZ extraction streak in that game when I quit.
I think, and I'm actually, that this gives me a little bit more fuel to my fire of why I think extraction game modes in general will still not outbeat, but will be like, if not all, are already the next battle royale. Especially because, you know, when battle royale first came out, and not first came out, but when the traction started to pick up, especially with Fortnite, it was everywhere. Every game was doing it. Everyone was trying to get into it. Then, in my opinion, once Tarkov really started to pick up, extraction game modes were next. And I still feel like we're in the uptick of just extraction games in general. I don't know. People, DMZ in general, or extraction game modes in general, are going to be, I feel like, a little bit less popular than battle royales, because there's not that. People are afraid to lose stuff in games. Hell, people are afraid to lose games in general. I mean, go play S&D with Crash, and you'll see how many people alt F4 after he beats them. So, all of a sudden, you got gear to lose. people have a lot of gear fear. People have a lot of stuff, so they can just go play. They rather go play battle royales where they can just drop in, grab stuff, win the fight, compared to extraction game modes.
Think they fit. I don't think.
I'm talking about every player base, consoles and PC. There's going to be a lot more battle royale players than there are extraction game modes. I feel like extraction game modes are still more for an older crowd.
Whoa.
Maybe that
age shaming. Your age is blue. You're canceled. Sorry. Been fun, man. Thanks for having you on the podcast. No. I don't think, if you're talking about extraction games as a whole, I really don't think they figured out the end game yet. Hence the reason I'm not playing Tarkov.
That's the thing too. Because of that reason, they haven't figured out the end game. Call of Duty's DMZ is still trying to figure out what keeps people playing this type of game mode. What can they bring to the table that will? I mean, they're trying to change up the flow of Call of Duty, especially with DMZ. It wasn't, nonstop combat. It was, I mean, you were walking for a while without seeing anyone sometimes.
I think they did a good job with it. I think they did a really good job. And
I enjoyed it myself, but that's because I love that.
I don't want to say they casualized extraction modes because it takes a lot of skill and you can be really good at DMZ and play it well. And there's some intense battles. But what I mean, let's say they made it more efficient. Like Tarkov is too granular for many people, including I think myself after putting a lot of hours into it. Like for this wipe, they added 3 new kinds of 7.62 by 39. Did they need that? There's already 10 of them with stats that you have to look up on a wiki and you have no clue. Like there's too much.
Exactly.
It's too granular. It's confusing. And they gave an accessible way to get to that gameplay loop without having to dedicate your life to a game.
That's why I'm excited for Heartland.
Same. But I think they did a good job. And I think this tweet is just a little bit sensationalized by people because when you see that, it's really easy to take your brain to, and I think he's doing a really good job getting impressions. It's really easy to take your brain, the way he worded it, it's take your brain that they're done with DMZ. They're just saying, he's saying it's getting backseated. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I think they're going to update Warzone first, and I think DMZ is going to keep going. I think from now on,
instead of how many devs they have working on DMZ now, it's just going to be a little bit less next year. That's it.
I think they got DMZ like a little, like they added a lot this year, and now they're going to kind of let it play out. And I think every time you get a new Warzone map, they're all going to be DMZ playable. So if you're a DMZ fan, I don't think I would sweat it as much as this tweet makes it sound. That's my opinion. Okay.
No. All right.
So we'll have a lot more about Call of Duty next week, and I know Blue's excited.
Cheese.
The reveal will have been. We'll have some stuff to talk about. We can give hot takes. That's what we do here. We give hot takes. Okay.
And then we get canceled.
Right. This is going to be a quick one because we really don't know much about it. There is a Battlefield 2042 devlog that goes live tomorrow morning. So I will probably do my best to make a video about it. Actually, I want to show you this video too. We should talk about this next week. Freeze that.
Of course, again, we're the day early podcast.
Yeah. So as the day early podcast, if we waited one day, we would actually be able to react to this. But tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time, Battlefield is talking about the future of the game. I really don't know what we're gonna see, man. Like if you would have asked me when they announced the season 6, I was gonna say probably port over more portal weapons or add some more portal weapons, vault weapons over to the main game,
to portal weapons,
and like one new map, and that's what I figured. But Ryan MacArthur, the lead guy over at DICE Sweden, has said in the interview that season 6 is going to be something that you don't expect, but people are going to say, "Oh wow, that's really Battlefield." So that makes me really curious about what is going to happen tomorrow.
He's bringing classes back. Let's go. You heard it here first.
Yeah, they already did that.
No more specialists.
It's already class system. It's already class system.
Oh, no, I mean, like, get rid of the specialists, add in remember you seen the concept art?
Yeah.
Of like how they all looked like. Yeah, have like recon and assault, stuff like that.
Give me that. Give me that for real.
You're on the brink of greatness.
So what do you think's gonna happen? Do you think they're gonna announce the end of the game, or do you think they're gonna do something crazy because there's also some leaks within the player cards about. Remember we talked about like that Eden project and like zombies and
the
augmentation.
bubble domes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they gonna add in super soldiers? I guess. Like, I don't know what to expect. It's like we already know what season 6 is bringing. And he said that wait, hold on. What did he say again? That people are going to recognize this as Battlefield.
It's going to be it's going to be something that fans don't expect, but they're going to say that this is Battlefield.
Evolution? Like, I don't know what else you want me to expect. And like, especially with what is their definition of this is Battlefield? Because
that's true. That's hard to tell anymore. It makes me feel like they're going to update Portal. But
because if you ask me, my definition of Battlefield, I would look back at like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, that type of gameplay. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything close to that or anything near that. I don't think we're going to be seeing Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5 stuff. I think it's going to be, I mean, they already said they want the next Battlefield to be a platform of some sort, Yeah,
an ecosystem. Yeah.
An ecosystem. Yeah. So, I mean, I think this was their test for Battlefield 2042 to see how that turns out with the whole Portal. But regardless, yeah, I really don't know. I can't think of anything that would make that me as a OG Battlefield player, that would make me go, oh, yeah, Battlefield's back, baby. Like, that's what I feel like they want you to expect. Like, what do you think what's one thing that would come back and be like, yeah, that's Battlefield right there? Other than your traditional Battlefield gameplay,
I think what would bring me back to the game with excitement? Is that the question, kind of? Or what?
Yeah, and it has to be one thing at this point,
I'm gonna just really get out of this question on a technicality. I'm going to encompass it with one thing, and then I'm going to explain a bunch of things. No, I think a massive update to Portal. So that's the one thing. But now I'm going to tell you like 5 things they need to do to Portal. See what I did there? So my one thing is an update to Portal. But within Portal, I think they should add fan favorites, Bad Company maps, Battlefield 3 maps, Battlefield 4 maps, a ton of the fan favorite maps remastered, and then have an official side of Portal, to where you have official game server browsers of like Conquest, Breakthrough, and Rush, and potentially Frontlines and that stuff.
Like the return of Battle Log and stuff like that, almost along those lines.
Yeah, within Portal. So you could go to Portal, you can play in a class system, you can play on updated graphics for all those remastered games, but it's like you still get that official feel. And then there's like, so you have an official server browser with all those maps mixed in with a class system and weapons from those games. So your server browser is rotating through all that good shit. And then you have another server browser that's the custom game server browser. So Portal still keeps its functionality. And like I think that would get like people really fired up.
As much as I would love that, and I think that would be a great addition. I feel like oh God, this is sad to say, but it's just not sad, but it's just seeing the state of Battlefield now makes me sad. It's almost as if like the actual game Battlefield 2042 would then become an afterthought compared to Portal. And and for sure you can definitely say that now, but then you look at Portal and it's not at all what it needs to be. So if it ends up doing something along those lines where they do bring in more maps of the old Battlefields, especially, and it makes sense now that you're thinking about talking that, because of the way they're shutting down servers for older games. Because people were always saying, why go play Battlefield Portal when I could just go play the old Battlefields? Well, now you can go play some of the old Battlefields. I think Battlefield 3 will be next on the chopping block when it comes to servers going down. So I think this is their way of like, okay, we took down these servers, but here now you can play the old version on Portal. But even then, like playing, especially when it first came out, a lot of the guns, and like remember they emphasized that the guns in Bad Company 2 and on Portal will play exactly the same as they did back in the day, and it just didn't feel that way. especially with Battlefield 3 and stuff like that. So that would be interesting. I would definitely come back and play it for sure. But it would make me even more worried about the future of Battlefield.
I'm already as worried as you can get. So we'll talk about it next week. If you guys want to, stay tuned to my channel. Since it goes at 10, I'll probably make a video over my lunch break about and react to it on my channel about what they said. If you guys are just interested in that, I'll probably give you a rundown. I'm sure everybody will watch it, but if you want my opinion for some reason,
go for it.
There you go. I'll be there. Are you ready to talk a little bit about Rainbow Six, or did you have something else to add? Battlefield, sorry.
Well, yeah, because what was it? Danny on PC. If you know who he is, he's a big Battlefield content creator and stuff like that. I just find it funny because we were talking about that. He just uploaded a video 6 hours ago saying the future of Battlefield 2042 starts tomorrow. It's like a 47. So he makes really fast clips. But it's just like, I know it's clickbait of the title. I get it, you know, but then you have the leaks coming out. You have not the leaks, but you said, you know, the interview and stuff like that. And this is, you know, people are going to say this is Battlefield, and you have someone that I believe is connected to the EA creator Discord and stuff like that. I think he's still a part of it. It's just interesting to see that. I don't know, man. Like, I really don't see why this would be such a big deal. Other than like sneak peeks at the new map and stuff like that, you know? They changed up the UI, maybe. I don't know. It's
stuff to say. All right.
I will say this: they're not going to cancel. They're not. I don't think this is going to be end of Battlefield 2042.
No, I don't think so either.
I think there's more content. I think there's more content coming.
Yeah, because it's not hard to keep content coming when you're doing one map every 4 months. They basically made 2 premium DLC seasons worth of content and spread it out over 2.5-3 years. We would have had this many maps within like the first or second DLCs of the good Battlefields.
Exactly.
And if you just trickle it out like that, dude, we'd still be playing new maps in Battlefield 1 if they trickled them out that long. One map every 3 months, there's like 28 maps.
Seriously.
Dude, that game would have lasted 14 years at this pace. It's to the point where it's like, I don't give a shit how long they're supporting it. They're supporting it like a wet noodle, dude. Like it's just hardly any content. So it's just like, I'm not impressed by the length of supporting it with one map.
No, me neither. It's just, you know, I don't think they're gonna shut down and move on to the next Battlefield. I don't think this is that
right. No,
announcement, which in my opinion, I'm like, guys, just move on to the next Battlefield. Let us know what you want to do next. Like, I'm just done with the way Battlefield 2042 is going. But at the same time, there's not enough content to move on to the next Battlefield. So it's like, we're in a lose-lose situation, I feel like, right now. So,
yep. Agreed.
All right.
Rainbow Six.
That was it. Rainbow Six. Let's talk about Halo Rainbow Six.
There it is. Got it pulled up. So allegedly there's going to be a, looks like a Sledge Legendary or Elite, looks like a Sledge Elite skin where you can be Master Chief as Sledge.
Master Chief multiverse confirmed?
Yeah. I am also, to what House of Gaming is saying in chat, I am pretty excited for S&D mode in X Defiant.
How do you feel about them if this is true? Because it almost looks like it's rendered.
I think it's true.
Manipulate the menu looks real.
I think it's true because we've seen a lot of these. True? Yeah. And with like the WWE ones, like when those were leaked out, I was like, there's no way. And then that happened. Yeah. And this is another one where you'd be like, there's no way. So, and like the way the hammer is, like it's a graph hammer. Like, I
mean, the way the hammer like hit the ground and like the rifle was still attached to the hammer as it went down. I feel like I don't know where this footage came from, but it almost feels like it wasn't, like it was still in development.
Yeah, it's still bugged because like you can see when he does the victory animation that the gun is stuck to the the hammer. But no, it's gonna be. I think there's gonna be a Master Chief Elite, which is wild to have that kind of crossover. I feel like,
dude, that model looks amazing though. I know that's the model from Halo Infinite, which people, again, controversy. I think Halo Master Chief's armor in Halo Infinite looks great. Sue me. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I wanted to get your opinion on that. Like, what
the wild skins in the game.
Just like, yeah, just like, what are you gonna do when you pick a corner and Master Chief staring at you? I think that'd just be hilarious to see you.
For me, the biggest reason that I don't like it, it's not what you might think. It's not like my immersion, because that's been gone in Siege for a really long time. It's gone
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just at this point, I'm about gameplay. It's not ideal what they did with the game, but at the same time, if you look back on it, if they would have kept it immersive, if they would have kept it slow, if they would have kept the gadgets like grounded in reality, the game wouldn't be doing what it's doing. They have to do crazy off the wall stuff with gadgets to keep the meta changing, to keep the game interesting, to keep it evolving. And because every season, like as someone who's played it for a while now, with every season, there's meta changing stuff, and it's like a completely different game based on some ops and different changes to ops and based on the data and how stuff changes, and it keeps it fresh. Like new metas are all the time, and the game plays differently every time. So I really like that, and I know it breaks immersion, but look at the player base of super immersive tactical shooters, and you'll see why that this has broken it, because they don't last. And this one has.
They don't.
But why I don't like skins like this, it's really, really hard for readability. This Siege is probably the single most title I have.
You're talking about like quick target acquisition, pretty much.
Readability. So like when you're droning and you see an operator go by or something, or you have your drone hid in a corner, like watching a flank or something, and you see an operator move by, it's really nice. And if you're wearing the base skins, you can tell right away, oh that's Sledge, or oh there's a smoke moving, or they got a Jaeger, or there's a bandit, watch out for frost mats. You see a cap can go by, you're like, okay, they got a cap can. When you start getting these super crazy skins, man, it's hard to memorize them and who all they are and where they go. Like obviously the Halo one will be pretty easy, but I just mean with the crazy outlandish skins,
she's on upper level or something like that. Yeah,
you'll know
like
that Master Chief
and stuff like that.
Yeah, you'll know that Master Chief is Sledge, but it's just like it makes it really hard for readability, especially with new players, where there's like it's already such a huge barrier to entry with this game.
Oh, I see what you mean now.
It's hard
like you don't know the class that he's playing.
Yeah. So like you get a super quick glance at an operator, and these crazy skins like this, unless you know, it doesn't look like their picture at all. Like that looks nothing like Sledge.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
like with the gas mask on and stuff.
Even it's just a tiny hammer that would point it out, and even then, if you were a new player, yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, and so with Siege, I have the most hours in that game of any game. Now I have more hours in the Battlefield franchise, but of a single game, I have the most hours in Siege, and I still see wild skins every once in a while, and I don't know who that operator is, and it's really frustrating because I think readability is huge and a part of the game that really helps. And it's annoying to have to keep up with stuff like this because the game's hard enough.
It makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
But it is crazy.
And this is why I'm curious what you were thinking about this.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, and it's not because of immersion, it's because of readability. These crazy skins are going to keep hard to get track of. Like you see pro wrestler skins.
Model looks great, but I see why now. Yeah.
You're like, who the hell is that? But it's a kind of a crazy crossover to have like an Xbox game, Microsoft Studios 343 in a Ubisoft game. That's a wild crossover.
Yeah, I feel like those are two. I feel like those companies don't even talk to each other.
Right. Yeah.
And yet here we are.
Kind of a crazy crossover. So if it's cool, I would like to talk about the new season in Rainbow. There's the new operator. She looks really cool.
Now for immersion's sake, that operator looks sick.
Yeah. Yeah. The new operator looks, the new operator named Ram
stuff, yeah.
Looks awesome. And if you can see, if you're on the YouTube channel, you can see that in her hands is a death Roomba, is what I call it.
The death Roomba.
Yeah, it's a deadly
Claymores come separately.
It's a death Roomba, but it's actually a BUGI, BU-GI auto breacher.
Oh, buggy.
It's a go buggy. So essentially, she throws this thing on the ground, hits a button, and it absolutely destroys the floor. it just opens up for vertical play. It's going to be crazy. Like it's like a little tank that destroys the entire floor.
Oh, I see. Literally just like,
yeah, she just
you can choose the route it takes. Okay.
Yeah, and then you hit go and it just destroys the floor and you can shoot down on enemies from above.
Just I see the death Roomba. I see why now. Okay.
Yeah, it's a death Roomba. Yeah, it's crazy. It goes through barbed wire, it goes through mute jammers, like it goes through like everything. So vertical play is gonna be insane this season. It's gonna be really, really wild.
Is there any gonna be as a pro player yourself?
Emerald players,
you know. Didn't you just hit that recently too? Right, recently.
Yeah, this season. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. That's not a big deal.
Is there gonna be any what's the word? Not tactics, but like
counters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the biggest counters are like mute can stop it from activating, but I think what's really going to be huge for counters is going to be pulse. So pulse will be able to see it from below, can nitro cell, Valkyrie, anything that can nitro cell from below. So if you have cams above, and you know this season people are going to be playing vertical like crazy, right? So you can set up more roamers upstairs. And what I think is really going to happen a lot that people aren't going to do, if you're going to run this new operator, you're going to have to drone the shit out of everything and watch for roamers. You're going to have flank drones up. You're going to have people watching them because this thing is probably loud. So the second you hit that thing and it's loud, you're not going to hear the people sneaking up on you. So you're going to hit that thing and you're going to be looking down through the floor and it's going to be loud, and a roamer can come up from a next building, run around and shoot you and you're dead. And then they have vertical control on the site. So it looks super strong.
I'm looking at it too. It stops right before a wall. Like, does it just continue through?
Yeah, it can break through walls too. If it's a soft wall, it'll go.
So how long does it go for?
I think as long as the bar is. I'm not 100% sure.
Is there a bar that's there? Yeah, because it's like, dude, if it can go from one side of the house to another and basically cut a vertical line through the entire place, it's like, damn, dude, like that's crazy.
But you
like,
get
you can basically clear a whole hallway.
You get 3 of them though. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can open up the entire ceiling.
Nah, dude, that's a one bot deal, man. Like, dude, that should not be.
It's going to completely change how the game's played, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, some of these gadgets are crazy,
too much, man.
But it's gonna change. It's gonna change how the game is played. That's in the test server. So how these work too is this is live in the test server right now on PC. So you can go play this new season. You can play with this new op, and then they adjust it based on that. So it'll still could potentially see some adjustments, but it's just gonna be crazy. There's gonna be a lot of vertical play, which I think is good because in a lot of the lower ranks, people don't even think about vertical play. So this will be.
I'm curious too. What's the range on activation on that? Can you be across the map? Set it, go somewhere else, and then activate it so people think that you're over there. Again, someone's I think mentioned it. Marquez said as a decoy. I think that'd be a really interesting tactic because especially how loud it's going to be.
Yeah, generally with those remotes. If it works like nitro cell, it's like anywhere. It works from any distance. So yeah, then you start to get like counters to the counter, which is like Siege, right? Like that's why Siege is so awesome. Then you start doing shit like that where you try to fool people and throw decoy ones and hide in the next room, and when they come to flank you,
interesting,
you flank them.
Yeah. And then you get flanked. So getting flanked. I don't know. That's that's the thing about R6 that just like boggles my mind of how much there is to learn because of
insane. You will always learn
so much coming out.
You will never know everything. Like you'll never get there. You'll never get.
Is there stuff that you like don't like? You will just be like, oh, I didn't even know that could happen, or have you just been playing so long?
Every time, every year, every season, I'll get shot from an angle. I'm like, I had no clue you could do that, or somebody will use an operator in a weird way, or set up a site a certain way to like use barricades and stuff to funnel you a certain way.
I mean, that's definitely good for just like longevity of the game. You're still just
it's so deep. Yeah. But she looks awesome. So I can go through the rest real quick. There's some other really big changes too. So she gets the R4C and Zophia's big LMG. So like Ash's AR. She gets also a shotgun because I guess she needs more soft destruction. Another thing, shotguns are getting a huge buff across the board. So there's going to be massive shotgun buffs. A lot more people. Shotguns are going to be strong, even stronger than they are now. The gadget, there's going to be able to use the can opener, the small breach charge, stun grenade. It's going to be a 3 health, 1 speed, so a slow tanky gal. There's new commendation for players, so you'll at the end of the round you're able to commend players for positive play if they do a good job, like for valor, dedication, guidance. And you can even commend the other team, like if you had a really good match or whatever, and then your reputation kind of builds up and you can get rewards for having good reputation, so encouraging people to not be dickheads, which is kind of cool. Quick match gets a rework that's really controversial. Quick match is making the playlist even quicker than before. Round timers have been reduced, objective locations are now automatically revealed, and bomb sites are set up with reinforcements and rotations. So now in quick match, the site is set up for you, so you don't have to set up rotates, you don't have to set up, you just play, which is kind of shitty because like that's part of Siege, and you can use quick match to learn, and people can't even play that until they get there. And then the standard playlist is replacing unranked from the season onward. It's called standard, a playlist which offers a core Siege experience without operator maps or bans. Operator or map bans. This change aims to be more welcoming to all players, further separating it from competitive nature of ranked. To help with this, the competitive play section has been renamed tactical to make finding both standard and ranked more intuitive, with standard being designed for players of all experience. Clearance level has been set to 0. And then there's a new rep and roulette arcade, which is basically like gun game added to the arcade playlist. But I really don't like those changes. There's no unranked anymore. There's no way to practice. There's no way to practice ranked anymore. And they set it up to where quick matches just like S&D kind of. Then with bouncing, Grim gets another buff where he can bounce his B canisters, which is crazy. Fuse, you can now put cluster charges on deployable shields and OSA shields. And then, like I said, shotguns are getting like a really big buff. Here's the thing. You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready, Blue? Match and replay spectator mode, so you can go back and rewatch maps or matches. Players can now enter free camera mode in spectator mode to watch the action from any distance or angle.
That's gonna be cool.
Players can also hide the HUD to capture footage with a more cinematic experience.
There we go.
Hey.
That's what more games need right there,
so
man.
you can make like story movies and shit out of matches now with cinematic.
My brain, I don't even play this game and my brain's already going haywire, just scenes that I could make.
Yes.
Especially if you're trying to like make a really cool video of like talking about a really amazing round, and then you like showcase something like really cinematic, and then like right before the hook is about to happen, you cut the footage and you go, dude, I'm all about that, man.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
sick.
Yeah. So it's really cool. They showed some stuff too. So yeah, man, you can do any kind of like camera moves. You can do like push in, push outs, like sliders, like you can record, like you can move the camera.
I'm curious the options that are going to be there. Yeah.
And you can do like dolly moves and crane movements and all the stuff you see in movies. Take that footage, put some widescreen bars on it, color grade it, put some music on it. There's going to be some cool content
right below all footage captured in game.
Yeah. No, there's going to be some really cool stuff.
Sweet.
Squad management, and then another thing that's really cool is in-game patch notes. So they're adding patch notes to where you can look at them in game.
You can read them in game.
Yeah,
okay.
You don't have to go
That's cool.
Google them.
Especially for console players who probably aren't on PC as much, or just browsing, websites and Twitter and stuff like that.
It's a really cool change. The seasonal weapon skin looks pretty cool. I like those colors. So there's the Zero, Grim, and Osa all get price decreases, so they're cheaper to buy. And then I think they're nerfing my boy Legion, so I got to figure that out. They're changing him. I play him a lot. We'll have to see.
Nice.
And then a bunch of little updates and stuff like that. So anyway, lots of crazy stuff coming to
Okay.
to Siege. There it is.
Still, as much as I love that spectator mode, it's like, oh man, I don't know if I want to learn R6 now. I feel like I would personally put myself through the pain and suffering of learning R6 just so I could learn how to use that.
It's gonna be cool. I should just send you some. I wonder if I could send you like my way to get into watch my games, and then you can make videos from them.
That would be cool. I would definitely help out with that for sure. I would love to see how that looks like. Oh man, just give me a login. I promise I won't you know, get you down a couple ranks.
Dude, you could D-rank for me, and then the games will be easier. It'd be sweet.
Exactly.
Yeah, now I'm thinking. All right. Are you ready for some
Quick shots?
I don't
I
even
was
know.
about to pull my gun out when I said that, and I was like, nope, can't do it on YouTube.
Man. So what's
Man.
this? You're gonna have to explain this to me. What is SummitMWIII talking about with Halo? You were telling me about Halo here.
Yeah, well, just because, so I keep seeing Halo everywhere. Now I'm even seeing it in Rainbow Six, but
True.
I was watching Tack the Gamer's video on Halo Infinite, and just in general of just like Halo as a genre, as a franchise, because of like when the Master Chief Collection got the Steam Workshop, Halo Infinite's getting updates. Apparently, again, me just finding out the information. Apparently, it's old information, but I put Halo Infinite as a last thought in my head, and now apparently with all the updates that have come out and stuff like that, it's not, because when you play on a controller, because Halo was built for controller, that's just the way it was. And controller players were able to basically headshot you, stay on target, so on and so forth. But apparently now that's different, where PC players can now keep up with those controller players, which people have their own, conclusion about it. But I feel like this might be a slight resurgence for Halo Infinite. I think also, in my opinion, in Halo Infinite's Forge mode is by far amazing. But Summit was just saying in his the clip that was from his stream is that Halo Infinite deserves more love. And this is again SummitMWIII, and take it with a grain of salt for people who don't care about what other creators say. He used to despise playing this game. He used to not be a fan of it. He used to not care. He would always complain about controller players having the advantage. And now he completely switched 180 to saying people should play this game more, which is interesting to say. And then I saw Tack the Gamer's video of him playing it, and him also praising how smooth the gameplay was, how he felt just playing the game in general. I have yet to play it myself because of just the controversy that came around it, how horrible it was in the start. The good old graphic downgrade of there's that one brute that became such a meme. I forgot his name. They called him like Greg or something like that, but it was like a brute's face, and it was like so low poly.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. I forgot his name. Maybe someone in the chat could let me know. But it was, because of that, I was just not a fan of it. But then I don't know, watching Tacti have fun with it. I really want to get back into Halo because of the Master Chief Collection and how popular it's gone. But I feel like I might get myself a bit too hyped and try to think, oh, this is gonna be, what's the word? Like it's not gonna be Halo 3. It's not gonna be Halo Reach. It's not gonna be Halo 2. It's not gonna be any of those games. I feel like I need to just accept, and maybe this is the cope, the coping. But like people, I guess some people, not some people, but some people will say, you just gotta accept for Halo what it is. And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't played it yet. So I want to give it a shot, see if it is that much better now. Again, I haven't played it at all. I haven't played Halo since Halo Reach. So I mean Halo 4 technically, but I never played Halo 5. I never played that multiplayer. I never played Halo Infinite multiplayer. It's free as well. So that's a thing. And I was also just in general, like the Halo Infinite's Forge mode. Have you seen some of the stuff that people have made, man?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's
like people
some
made
sick stuff in there. Like
DLC level quality maps, even better than DLC quality, because some DLCs are just but some people like import. What was it? Someone, I forgot his name. Infinite Forge, I think is his name on YouTube, made like a Doom multiplayer level, and it looks like it was like ripped out of the Doom games.
Yeah.
So
people make funny stuff too. Like there's a shipment from Call of Duty made out of sandwiches. There's like a There's also like people have made Waffle Houses and Walmarts and like McDonald's and stuff too.
Yeah.
Have you seen those
Yeah,
in
because
there?
you can like change the textures, or just like, or some people made entire new game modes too. Like people were making like Call of Duty Zombies in Halo Infinite. Um, as much as I agree, what Fredbeard said was like, you know, the whole Master Chief collection is infinitely better. Yeah, but I feel like it's kind of cheating because it's like, dude, Halo 3, in my opinion, Halo 2 and Halo 3 were like the best Halos in my opinion. So it's like, I just want Halo to be a good game again. I want all games to be good again, but you know, I'm asking for too much there.
Come on,
So
man.
I don't
Come
know.
on,
It was
man.
just my initial thoughts, seeing it, watching gameplay. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll install it. I've never installed it once on my computer. I never even thought about installing it. I never even thought about even buying it because apparently, and maybe this is people looking at it with, I mean, is it, how long has it been out for? Halo Infinite? Well, like
I mean, it
2
came out
years, a
about the
year?
same time as 2042. It was the same year. Been a couple
So
years.
apparently a lot of people online are saying go, I mean, like, go play Halo Infinite's campaign. Apparently it's a lot better than people anticipated. I don't know. I'm seeing people just won't touch it again. 343 can die, this and that. Like, you know, I'm not a fan of 343 either, as much as I, you know, want to give Halo the benefit of the doubt. I'm just not a fan of 343 as well. We'll see. That's all I wanted to say about Halo Infinite. Really, that's pretty much it.
I'd like to check it out. We also did just get a thing from breaking news.
Breaking news. But a quick shot.
Classic mini maps are confirmed to come back for Modern Warfare 3. So they did they got a little text teaser thing going in WhatsApp or whatever, and it's they said red dots are confirmed. Call of Duty said that officially. So the normal red dots are coming back to the map.
Well, that was in the leaks, right?
Yeah, it was a leak, but now it's like official. Sorry if I got you excited for nothing burger, but it's official. Red dots are coming back. So it's like they're going back, slide canceling red dots. It's going to be like a more traditional thing. It's not going to change anything. People are just going to use suppressors
Ghost
on everything.
and
So.
Ninja. Yeah. All
But
right.
someone did say that Ninja is going to be a perk, so you couldn't hear people.
Well, it's what's it called, a gear or something like that now, right? Or,
yeah, it's like it'll be boots, but like it's just perks, just different. But I was against that because I use footsteps in S&D a lot to hear people, and then when people use dead silence, like they're just floating and you can't hear anything, and I get frustrated.
I'm not a fan of quiet or silent footsteps in FPS games.
But what I think that'll probably mean there's going to be a counter perk to where you can have
footsteps.
like the awareness perk or whatever where you can hear better. So that might be pretty cool.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. I think that's I didn't really have much. I think it's kind of crazy that there's a Tarkov wipe and we haven't talked about it at all, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen people. I've seen two sides of the coin. I've seen people praise it, and I've seen people despise it, or just like, this is all you gave us, and people go, this is the best wipe ever. Like, I don't get that game anymore, and I haven't since about 2018. That was the last time I played it. So
it just
2018,
depends.
2019 is. But
I think it just depends on how many hours and wipes you have in the game. I think everybody goes through the honeymoon phase with the game, like the mesmerized one where you're like learning and excited, and then once you put a bunch of hours into it, you start to see how flawed it is, and then you go through the angry stage, and then you have to take a break. And it's like I feel like almost everybody goes through that with Tarkov, and I'm in the definitely take a break right now. Like they wiped it. It's like, dude, I would rather slam my wiener in a car door than go back and get Jaeger's note, go get the pocket watch, delivery from the past, go look at the water for therapists, find gas analyzers, like find the Saluas, like just like I've done it so many times, like I just can't, man.
Yeah, it's it's been done with me for a while, I think, and I just didn't have the time to just relearn the new mechanics every time they put something out, especially when they first started doing a lot of stuff. And then again, like all the like I still wasn't done even after 2 years of playing it almost consistently. And this is before I really like did YouTube, so I was even more consistently playing it. And there was just still so much more I had to learn. And then when things change and things get updated and make and just gameplay loops change, I was just like, all right, I'm done. I can't anymore. I'm tired. I don't got the time for this anymore. Especially when I started school again, I was just like, there's no way I could sink the hours that I need to keep up with everyone else. So it's just, as much as I love that style and that era, because I love like that like post-apocalyptic like Eastern Europe stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I love Stalker and stuff like that. I just can't anymore. So that's why I like more casual extraction games nowadays. So
Give me Heartland.
you know what? And that's why I like God. You know what? It's funny how I'm playing a little bit of Tabor now and learning that, and I don't have to learn like too many different, like I don't need to learn 10 rounds of 7.62 by 39.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why DMZ is so good. You can just get and play it. You can feel that extraction gameplay loop, and you don't have to spend 5 years learning how it works.
Yeah.
And that's why Heartland's going to be good too.
Yeah.
If the content's there.
Real quick, have you played Caliber recently?
I have not. I saw Fry made a video about some new updates and stuff.
Because apparently, this morning they did the whole like they added some changes to like the roadmap for 2023.
Did they?
So apparently, like in the second quarter, well, that's already done. So the third quarter, the next one that's coming up, we still have like the gamepad support, new story missions, spectator mode. Oh snap!
Hey,
Wait a
Siege beat
minute.
him.
I guess some operator rebalances, 3D scopes. I guess people, just more realistic iron sights and stuff like that. And then a new operator collection. I didn't realize they added a bunch of like a PvPvE mode. I didn't realize they added that already. So and player stats. So that's cool. That's all I want to say real quick. I'll give it another shot again. I haven't played it in a while.
Shot again. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what you find and make videos about in Halo Forge. And then we got to get you on the spectator cam in Rainbow.
I want to check it out, especially because camera modes in Ubisoft games. Like I don't know if you've played other Ubisoft games where Breakpoint and stuff like that. They're like camera in Breakpoint is like amazing to use, but it's just a static camera.
Yeah.
And it only flies out so much. So yeah.
We'll see what happens. So for next week, I sent you a video in Discord. Check that out.
I saw that.
If you get time. It's pretty crazy about the vulnerability you have when you play Call of Duty. To have people hack your machine. It's crazy. So you should watch that. Chewy sent that to me.
Thank you, Chewy.
So did I not ping Discord? Again? Dude, I didn't, and it's sitting, I typed it.
It's sitting right there. You know what? Hey, I appreciate everyone that did make it. We had a pretty decent stream today, regardless. Just
we had lots of folks here. Chewy,
appreciate
man.
you guys.
Dude, I typed it, and then I went to like, I typed it. I was like, oh, we're not live yet. And then I went and did something else in Discord, and then I just left it. Wow.
It happens. It happens. I think I forgot to retweet as well. No, I retweeted it.
You retweeted it. I tweeted it out. So that's good, I guess. But yeah, so I think you guys will have a really banger episode next week. We'll be able to react to the Battlefield stuff that we find out tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll have a video on my channel about that. Kind of react
for tomorrow
to what they got going on. Yeah. And then working on some guests potentially for Call of Duty. Can't really say anything yet about that. And then the August 17th is when the Call of Duty thing is going down. Spoo with the 50 doll hairs. Yeah. I'll put a heart on that. 50 bones, Spoo. Spoo! Crazy, man. Crazy support.
What? God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I still haven't been paid yet. Help.
I haven't either. I didn't make the threshold last month, so I haven't either.
True.
You've got this, Travis. Thank you, Spoo. Shout out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, we've made enough money for the year. Probably going to retire. Potentially move to Mexico and call it a career. That's enough money to keep me going. So we're good. But anyways, next week, if I can focus, next week is we'll have that. We'll have the Call of Duty stuff. There'll be a lot to talk about. Potentially we'll get Blue's take on where Halo's at, and we'll have lots of stuff. It'll be fun. Next week will be a goodie. Stay tuned to both of our channels for content in the meantime. And hope to see you guys next week, huh? It was a great episode. I appreciate you guys making Monday awesome. Shout out to the podcast listeners. Yeah. And if you want to support, you don't have to be like Spoo and drop massive dollars. You can actually just tell a friend. Retweet our zeets. Rezeet our zeets on X.
Rezeet our zeet. Yeah.
And join the Discord, stay up to date, and just share it with your friends and bring them along and come back for the lives and share the podcast to audio friends that might enjoy it. Word of mouth, spread it out. Good to see everybody. Appreciate seeing everyone. Super kind. I love you all. And we'll see you in a week. We'll have some good stuff. Okay.
Later. Bye.
Bye. This is awkward. I don't have it ready.